Men, women, and children make up the mass of citizens standing and shivering in the pouring rain. Hundreds of shot casings hit the ground as soldiers opened fire on everyone after a guy issues the command. At the CIA headquarters, Mr. Oliver Carter receives a call, and Mandy Ellis, Jessica Pear answers the phone, discussing asset protection. She promises to speak with Doug later. Oliver tells Mandy that she is running late for dinner and asks her to quarterback it as the director has just given the go-ahead to get the butcher. She expresses her gratitude to him. When Jason Hayes, David Boreanaz and Alana Hayes, Michaela McManus visit their son, they are introduced to Mike's guidance counselor and teacher. They are informed that because Michael is acting strangely, they should investigate whether there have been any changes in his home life. When Jason discloses that they are no longer together, Alana claims Mike is handling it like any other 11-year-old. When Jason is questioned, he remains silent, but Alana denies dating anybody. The next event is that Alana and Jason engage in intimacy in his hotel room. She wonders whether Mike is aware that they are fooling around, but he doesn't care. She also wonders what has happened because they both still look like they are 15, but the issue is that Jason has changed. After so many trips, he has stopped coming back and assumes they are no longer 15. Oliver meets with the SEAL squad, who are certain of their intelligence and skilled at capturing the butcher who uses their diplomatic connections as little as possible. As Estonia is a member of the EU, Jason wonders why they don't get the local authorities to come grab him. Carter replies that they are in a tight spot politically because some people still think of him as a hero. The butcher is thought to be a serious threat since he is accountable for the deaths of over 1,000 Bosnian Muslims, as well as some American military members. Jason discusses with the squad when and where they can find him as Carter shows them pictures from the atrocities. They are instructed to keep away from locations like the hotel he is staying at, so they have a shipment arriving in the next 72 hours. Jason suggests that Oliver is a little senior for deploying and asks Mandy what's up with him. Jason says he trusts Mandy and turns away. Mandy said he chased Oliver for 4 years in the 1990s and feels like this one escaped. While in bed with Clay Spencer, Max Theriot, Stella, Alona Tal discusses how his father was a legendary member of SEAL Team 6. She inquires as to whether Clay is a ghost, to which he responds that discussing his training selection is inappropriate. Clay hesitates, stating that they should probably get to know each other a little better before going on his father's book tour, but she insists that they travel together so she can meet him. She says that perhaps they should get to know one another better before sharing a bed once more, then she walks away. The SEAL squad practices their task and explains how they plan to apprehend the war criminal in less than 44 seconds. Jason went to meet the lady Nate, Daniel Gillies was speaking to, Ray, Neil Brown Jr. realizes. Ray asks whether he is upset because Nate isn't the ideal guy he believed him to be, but Jason responds that Alana is the one who is constantly asking him questions. Jason agrees with Ray that lying isn't always dishonest, particularly when it's done to preserve the memory of a fine guy. Jason pursues the team's target, AJ, Buckley's Sonny, informing him that he is around 30 seconds away. Jason follows Ray around the market until he comes up to the car, puts a tracker on it, and gets into a car. Sonny takes control and follows him, but he becomes blind as two ladies approach him with a question. Jason starts searching for him and finds him in a cafe, but he gives up since one of the guards recognizes him. As the SEAL squad gathers, Jason explains to them that he spent 13 years operating in Afghanistan with the guard, Jacob Kowal, Gil Darnell. Upon stating that he is the genuine deal, others inquire as to how this would impact the operation, and Lieutenant Commander Eric Blackburn, Judd Lawman queries whether they see any way to terminate. Jason claims there's no way he'll make the meet at this time, but Carter says take the 3 people he knows off the snatch team. Carter says they should keep an eye on the hotel until he leaves, but when they object, he insists they go inside. According to Mandy, the assassination was planned over several months. In a private conversation, Mandy tells Carter that their purpose is their life and only their job, adding that Carter's statement was just the adrenaline talking. He adds before the butcher is let go again, they have to have faith that Jason's plan will succeed. As his father, Ash Spencer, c. Thomas Howell, reads a book, Clay takes Stella along. He observes his father intently from a seated position. Jason questions Kowal about his decision to transition from chasing the men to working for them when they meet. He advises Kowal to leave him in order to get some reward money. Kowal disputes Jason's claim that he can't stop the SEAL squad from taking him. Before leaving, Kowal thanks him for the drink and urges him to say hello to Nate. Jason lets Davis, Tony Trucks, know that there has been a change in plans and asks him to schedule the guy's return on a commercial airplane. When Ash first meets Stella, he has finished signing his books and has apologized in advance for any harm he may have caused. Clay is silent until his father tells him that he was raised better, but Clay makes him stand up for himself in front of her. Telling her that he loves her, he asks her where she has been all of his life. Ash turns to leave as Clay asks if they're done. As the jet takes off, Kowal observes Jason and Ray board a commercial airplane. He calls and claims that they are in the baggage trolleys even though they are gone. Carter informs us that although Kowal purchased their airport scheme, the buyer moved it to a crowded area. Jason adds that all they have to do is intercept them before they reach the plaza, utilizing vehicle to vehicle, exactly as they had intended. Dump trucks and industrial vans are driven in by the team, while Kowal and his group arrive with their prey. Sonny arrives driving up with the team in the rear. He hits the SUV, and the team starts firing as the dump truck prevents them from moving. When Jason unlocks the car, the target has vanished. Sonny reports that they are in the alley, and Jason pursues them. Kowal and the target entered the building, but Jason, Ray, and Sonny left. Ray discovers them just before Kowal is pointing a pistol at him. Jason and Sonny approach from behind and inform Ray that they don't want to perform this task for him. Jason watches as Kowal lowers his pistol, elbows Ray in the face, and leaves while Ray handscuffs him. Back on the plane, Mandy confronts Carter about making up details so the director could green-light this mission. Carter justifies it, saying the world is safer than it was yesterday because of this. Mandy says he falsified documents and intel, saying these weapons were never headed to the Taliban. Carter defends his actions as Mandy is furious he used her. As she walks away, Jason asks if everything is okay and she says yes. When Ray asks Jason what he plans to do with Nate's mystery lady, he responds that it would be better if they break his phone and dispose of it, erasing all of his secrets along the way. Jason acknowledges Ray was correct when he said that lying is not always dishonesty. As Ash is leaving, Clay runs into him and tells him Stella is well and was happy to see him. Ash claims he didn't need to worry because he is well liked by everybody. Admittedly, Ash feels fortunate and taken aback that the SEAL team still lets Clay visit him. Ash divulges Clay claims it had nothing to do with him and that he was simply not performing when Adam, Michael Irby, informed him that he was in the bottom 5 and apologized for making him a target. He is asked to cease the tour and reading by Clay, or else he would be let go after the choices. But that would be unselfish, and he would never do that. When Ash brings up Clay's mother, he leaves, warning him not to bring up the subject. Clay claims that he is not following in his footsteps, but rather erasing them. Asking himself if that's the kind of guy his son truly wants to be, Clay begs his father to look in the mirror. Clay gets into his vehicle and drives off. Jason takes the phone out of its lockbox and puts it inside. He gives Alana a call, telling her he will visit this weekend to spend time with Michael and that there is no viable method to locate the location history, thus the search is fruitless. Later, when rummaging through a photo box while sitting in his vehicle, he finds a picture of the squad in Afghanistan in which the woman is posing with them.